Oregon will see it first in a raucous Autzen Stadium. Here we go on Friday night. And here comes Dante Moore. Noah Whittington is the tailback. They average more than 7 yards a carry on first down this year, and this is enormous for Minnesota early.
A big play waiting to happen, as we talked about in the open, but they are downhill physical backs.
Sadiq is in as a wide receiver. This opening throw by Dante Moore is a completion to Jamari Johnson, who had the big touchdown in Happy Valley. They have 2 freshman tailbacks in. Motion from De'Air Hill. It's a handoff to Davison, the touchdown maker. He's battling for the first down yardage. It's going to be really close. It depends on the spot, and they are going to move the chain. Go from the 35. It's Whittington right into the middle of the defense. But boy, as we said, stopping Oregon on first down.
A la Travis Hunter without all of the accolades.
2 tight ends again here. Dante Moore loads up. He's got a deep ball down the sideline for Benson, and he's got it. First down for Oregon from the 24.
Under center. Snap.
Let's play action. It's Dante Moore. He'll lob it this side. Undone by Sadiq, and he's just short.
Kenyon Sadiq, look at him. Woo! On the fingertips. Man, you wish he could have stayed up there. You know, I know receivers in that situation always want to run in and get the touchdown, but here they are back on the line of scrimmage.
Dante Moore tripped up, and he is short. They got half of it.
To the end zone for touchdowns and first downs. Now they get a nice pass concept.
Take the shovel to Davison and spin it out of bounds. As he was last week against Iowa, that's Sadiq in motion. It's a handoff for Davison. Minnesota closes the door. Second effort, he's in. Touchdown, Oregon.
Built. Nobody's going to score on that. Nothing wrong with a bedazzled cowboy hat.
Words to live by. Minnesota will see it for the first time tonight on the kickoff from Sappington. It's a touchback. Boy is the running back. Darius Taylor, who you mentioned in the open, in motion. And we have a marker in.
False start. A 50 of the offense. 5-yard penalty.
You don't want to have those things happening early, and already they're going to Wildcat to get this football to Darius Taylor.
It is Taylor who's going to take the direct snap, and they'll pitch it back to Lindsey. His throw goes to the tight end, Bibber, and he is dragged down.
People, this is lovely football.
And they're all over the place right now. It's 4 to the right side, and then they'll throw into the bunch, and that's dropped by Taylor.
And he's been making plays all season long.
Uiagalelei up top, Purchase down at the bottom. You see how wide they are at the line with Bibber in motion. Here comes Uiagalelei, and Lindsey felt it immediately. Man, from a distance, Uiagalelei created the sack.
Yes, he did.
Talking to this Oregon staff, he is so important. Tom Flupoy says, look, we tell our guys all the time in front of Mateo, he is creating a lot of the havoc for other guys' numbers, and there he gets it on his own.
So all the husbands out there understand, if the wives get along, you're going to have a new friend.
Dante Moore on first down. He goes over the middle. He's got Johnson again, and he's looking for a scrap. Davison, the tailback. He has a touchdown earlier. He'll choose the left side and looking forward.
So if these backs do break the line of scrimmage, they'll be running for a long ways.
This is 4 wide, and Moore's going to keep it. Dante Moore throttles down out of bounds. He's got a first down.
And be a part of that run game as well.
If we have a moment after this play, I want to ask you about that run in Iowa City, because I know you have something to say about it. It's another run. It's Davison in the clear. Touchdown. This run game is ruthless.
It's unbelievable, Jason. They're the FBS best with 20 runs of 25.
A lot of talk after last week and a win in Iowa, which is a very difficult place to play. Like Oregon won a Big Ten football game.
Big Ten moment. Like, we can do this down in and down out.
Now, let's see if the Oregon player was in the neutral zone, which created the movement. It was Mixon who came up to the line, but if his movement caused the offensive lineman to go, that is encroachment.
Offside. Number 54, the defense, is in the neutral zone causing a reaction.
First and 5.
Snap.
Lindsey to throw. It's a lob near side, looking for one-on-one, and he got it there. Defensive back who's had a marvelous season
Snap.
for Oregon. Lindsey, same ball, near side. That's too much on the game plan. Right, that's step one in a game like this. Do what you repped all week, and he has.
Snap. Window.
Taylor, little hesitation, getting to the outside. There's a marker in. He scoots out of bounds. Taylor, and that's where that hold came in. They could have gotten Tracy on Theron Johnson as well as Lindsey is split out wide. Taylor on a wildcat. It's a high snap. That gums it up, and he is decked by Purchase. They got to snap it.
Snap.
Just barely got it off. Oregon rushes 4 and gets there anyway. That's incomplete. Well, you felt it. Did you see it? I definitely felt it. Okay. He had 4 sacks in one game in high school. Wyatt did, the freshman defensive lineman. You can see why.
It's for him with his leadership, knowing how to lead the guys that are on his team.
Look at him squeal the brakes and change direction. Davison, just a hard, sharp cut.
They are absolutely rolling, and the coverage isn't getting any tighter on the outside.
Short set, Dante Moore to Justice Lowe for his 5th grab of the evening. Minnesota doesn't play a ton of 8-man in the box. Also a shuttle pass coming this way for Dier Hill, the freshman who sheds 1 tackle.
Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. Me and you could probably send him some plays, and he'd take them too, as long as they were.
Checked out for Davison. Another jagged cut and a first down. How many plays have you seen on LinkedIn? Noah Whittington, the tailback this time. And Whittington ends up with 4. That's Maverick Baranowski. 2nd down and 5 for Whittington and Moore and this scary Oregon offense. Pitch it out wide. That's Sadiq, and he is hammered immediately.
Down here to Kenyon Sadiq.
Dante Moore's looking that way. There it is. Nice circle, partner. He's got a first down. It's play action. And Moore will shimmy. He is sacked. Dropped by Anthony Smith. We're dredging up all your bad memories here tonight. 2nd down, 20. It is Lowe on the catch, and he's across the 40-yard line.
Illegal formation. Number 76, the offense was not on the line of scrimmage.
2nd down, 25 for Oregon. Whittington, big hole. And he thought he wasn't down. He can try and scramble for more. Oregon has to get all the way down to the Minnesota 30. Quick hitter from Moore. It's a pitch from Perry, and it's on the ground. Carter Menz is on top of it, and Minnesota takes over.
I did.
Okay. Okay, first down. Here we go. Lindsey off the hand of Taylor. Mixon was right there with him. 2nd down.
Drake Lindsey at the line of scrimmage, making all the adjustments in the talks. We'll talk about how much is on his plate as a quarterback as this game continues to progress.
2nd and 10. He'll roll to his right. He'll stop. He'll throw. Boy gets decked, keeps his feet, and turns outside for 9. And they'll break the formation. It is Taylor, the tailback. Cam Davis to his right. They'll go directly to Taylor, who fakes it to Davis.
Okay,
and it's a first down. You can see how much they missed him in that Iowa game. He went out after the first carry in that game. Lindsey wanted to load up. Boy gets drilled again, and this time Betcher takes care of him. Betcher playing center field as he's prone to do. The Astros draft pick in 2024. Boy tripped up.
De Niro is certainly allowed.
Gears in motion. 3rd down. Snap it over the middle. Lindsey got it to Gears. Oh, man, Gears had his axles all tied up with ducks.
Oh, my goodness. The fact that he caught that away from his body in between of basically 4 ducks quacking, unbelievable.
That is ridiculous.
The pass is incomplete. The receiver did not maintain possession of the ball to the ground.
From the left hash mark, snap was a little bit high. Denneberg on the way, and it is good. Turned into the turnover.
Wow. He's pulling them all out tonight, huh?
Can't save them. We're going to bring in another freshman, Dier Hill Jr. to be the tailback. It's Dante Moore flowing to the right, throwing across his body, and he is right on target to McClellan. Dante Moore, who loves to roll the pocket in order to throw the football. He did right there. Run it again with Davison, and you just see
Before they ever get started.
now you got a triangle set with Grace and Davison and Hill. Spin it out wide. It's Hill on the gas pedal, turning the corner out of bounds for another Oregon first down. Give him 12. First down stands into Gopher territory once again. Whittington straight ahead, pinballing around, keeping his feet, dragging tacklers for the first down and then some. Oh, Whittington got away! You can't cage him! Touchdown!
Noah Whittington down the middle. Boom, boom, boom. Getting through. He said, my son wants a touchdown. I'm getting a touchdown. Unbelievable run. And oh no, the ball came
recovered.
out. Oh,
Or did he?
did he get back control of that?
Oh my!
The touchdown is upheld.
Yeah, it's a touchdown. Barely, and most bizarre runs you will ever see.
You ever see a kid when they're about to get in trouble because they know they did something wrong?
Yeah.
His eyes were so big when he saw that ball fly in the air. And luckily for him in Oregon, he got it back under control.
Boy, the tailback, Drake Lindsey on a first down throw. He'll screen it out. It's Taylor. Nice blocking, and Taylor ends up with 6 yards. Penalty comes in before the snap. Logan Loya was going to try and roam free, but this is coming back.
It's going to be a false start on Dylan Ray, the
False
offensive
start.
lineman.
73 of the offense.
Just moved him a little bit. A lot of
Was
it.
he okay with that? Second down. On the roll, Lindsey got it to the tight end. It's Gears, and he stood up by Betcher. 3rd and 7. And Minnesota has lived in 3rd and long in their losses this year. It's a deep shot, and it's up for grabs, and it is incomplete. Thieneman's watching on the Jumbotron. I can't believe it.
31 of the defense.
Oh,
15-yard
no.
penalty with an automatic first down.
But it's definitely not Thieneman. I totally agree with you. It is first down for Minnesota. Brockington in motion. They will hand it off on the jet sweep and get maybe 5.
He is showing off the qualities that made him a 2-time state champion in high school.
Betcher's coming here from the near side. They blocked him. The throw to the near side to Brockington, and another marker comes in.
Pass interference before the defense.
Calls all year against them. They've had 2 on the drive. It's in now 10 total games. They'll spin it out wide for Smith.
We'll just dominate.
Lindsey, another deep ball with some loft, and this is incomplete. Like that is something they intend to get. Finney was a wide receiver in high school along with a cornerback. 3rd down for Minnesota. Into the middle of the field. That's a first down and then some for Taylor.
Now here in the red zone, I'd like to see them take some shots into the end zone.
Motion Parrish again. It's an option pitch to him. And the safety turned wide receiver Parrish for Minnesota. There is Gears in motion off his near catch on the last drive. Lindsey going end zone. That's too much for the freshman Smith. Rockington, Bibber, and Smith up top. They'll motion Boy into the backfield.
Another one-on-one matchup down at the bottom, but
They'll look away from Tracy. Instead go to Smith, who breaks to the outside for a first down. They'll go too tight this time. They'll motion Brockington. Fake it from Lindsey. He'll throw to the right, and that is the tight end Bibber. Bierman in motion. Fake it to Taylor. That took a while. Uliungalale was on it. 3rd and goal. Lindsey bails, runs, throws, incomplete. Finney on the coverage of Tracy again. Oregon holds the line
for a field goal.
And it's good. Trying to win the dance contest against Mike. It's a close race.
Oh, that's good stuff.
21-6, Oregon with the lead, and it'll be a touchdown. First down for Oregon. Dante Moore rolling to his right. He's got Whittington. He'll check it down that way. Second down and 2 for Oregon. 2-minute offense for Dante Moore. He was great at it in Iowa City. He'll check it down again. This is Davison this time. And he's wrapped up by Nestor.
Be quick and effective.
Minnesota will rush 3. Moore scanning and running and looking upfield to throw on the go. And he's got it for Sadiq, who crashes down in Gopher territory.
Yeah, and they run a nice hammer concept. Watch his eyes as he moves down the field, scans from left to right, gives Kenyon Sadiq a ball. They move it down the field. This is very important for them to get points here because they don't get the ball coming out of halftime.
Light box here for Minnesota. And Moore ready to throw. Off the 4-man rush. He's got a wide open man again. It's Johnson, the other tight end, to the 18. Will Stein can layer plays with the same personnel as Whittington for 3.
To Kenyon Sadiq in the slot to the bottom.
Yeah, he's down there. That's where Moore is looking. He's got it for Sadiq. He was there the whole way. He's not down yet. He's in. It's a touchdown.
Into this play. Watch. They run the slant just like we said that they would. Getting the football to Sadiq. Boom. Elbow doesn't go down, knees don't go down. He's an absolute animal. So the question you have to ask is if the helmet was down, and does that count?
After reviewing the play, the rolling of the runner down at the 3-yard line is upheld. Oregon has charged the timeout and may not challenge for the remainder of the game.
He's got one-on-one with Maverick Baranowski.
Moore looking that direction. He's got it there. It's Sadiq. He's in this time. Who they wanted to throw that to, and Sadiq didn't get a touchdown because the rare occasion where you can say his helmet was down.
He's good.
I mean, Oregon has this way of kind of quietly blowing you out, right? There's a turnover, and then suddenly they pick up a couple more points. Now it's a 22-point game. Back to the motion as well, and you see why the NFL longs for tight ends like they had in Terrence Ferguson, who's now with the Rams, as that's incomplete. There's one of the tight ends for Minnesota in motion gears, and we get a whistle before the snap. It's Minnesota's final timeout of the first half. Second down. They'll just give it to Taylor, and he gets to the outside, and he's going to be short of the line to gain. He's also out of bounds.
To be on the field. They're motioning the tight end back. Try to get leverage in the blocking. There it is.
And they're going to hand it straight forward to Gears, the tight end from the center. Beers. That's Beers to Gears. And let's see. Oregon was running off like they got the stop. That's a first down, and they're going to spike it now. So Beers to Gears gets the job done. Lindsey. A double Tuioti, and he's just going to throw it at the feet. But again, you got bigger problems. Lindsey is going to try and throw it, and that gets batted down by Tuioti. It's going to be delay a game.
Maybe to get a big-time return.
He gets it away. He sends it flying. And with 7 seconds, Benson turns left. Malik Benson trying to get to the outside, and he will be out of bounds with 1 second remaining on the clock. Oh, daring. It's Whittington. He breaks one tackle, and then Baranowski tackles him.
Let him throw it across the middle and come out of here at least feeling somewhat better about yourselves in the second half.
Especially with the difficulties they've had on the road, as Parrish on the return will make it only to the 19. He's stonewalled there and driven back.
They're going to have to start to trust their QB to make reads in the middle of the field. It's the only way to attack this Oregon defense.
Lindsey right down the middle. He's got Brockington for the first time. Lemecki Brockington with the catch.
To try to attempt some of these throws.
Snap.
First down, feed it to Taylor, and he'll go down the middle.
Rarely hear a quarterback say, I just love 4 verticals to get me in rhythm, but they might have to start running 4 verticals pretty consistently here to win this ball.
Oh boy, Uiagalelei is hungry, and he swallows up Taylor. It's third down. Third down at 6 for Minnesota. What an atmosphere this is. Lindsey dealing with that. It's another screen. He got it away for Taylor, who picks up the first down.
And they love these stack formations here to give their receivers free releases.
They run the third most bunch in the FBS. This is a run for Taylor again, and he'll break it to the outside. Darius Taylor gets absolutely clobbered at the end of that run.
We are on order.
We got 26 minutes left. Pressure coming from the secondary. Screen it out wide for Loya, and Logan Loya is trampled a lot louder.
They're bringing pressure, putting it on the young guy to decipher the defense.
Here's in motion. Oregon brings the heat. It's a handoff, and it's Taylor for a first down. Little hesitation, and he is down to the 15-yard line. It's Kennedy saved a touchdown. A senior corner. Lindsey for Taylor on the screen. He'll have to try the outside, and that's hemmed in.
Been hurt. Now he's back out here, and he's getting almost every touch.
Play action. They'll throw it up top. It's Brockington having to dodge everybody in green.
And it's because they've been third and manageables.
Motion from Brockington. Lindsey over the middle. What a catch by Tracy for a Minnesota touchdown.
Look, Lindsey's eyes come right to him, and then it's, ooh, look, my one hand. A little behind him, but that's what they call HBO. Help a brother out.
You know why he knows to help his quarterback out like that?
Team and the way they respond.
Dan Lanning said to us,
and never take your foot off the gas pedal.
run it. It's the freshman Hill.
Okay, easy, easy, easy. Okay.
Second down at 5. This one's pretty much the same play, though, as we say that. Look, Will Stein, you were talking to him about this, right? Like, if it works.
Boy, because they haven't had a chance to go to the sideline and correct it, so we can continue to get 8 and 9 yard gains off of it.
They'll throw to Hill this time. Were you that guy in Madden? That means it's them, not us. They're the ones talking. You own it. It's a throw, and it's Whittington. He's a cross genius on that sideline. They motion Sadiq. They'll spin away from him. It's Dante Moore launching down the field into traffic, and Benson hauls it in. Mercy, what a catch.
Officials timeout for an injury to a player.
Gooseby and Parrish both down. When you have multiple injuries like that, Coy Parrish is back in the game. He wasn't the injury that stopped play, so Parrish is back for this play. Nestor is not. Gooseby went off as well. Moore on a play action fake. Will roll to the right and flare it out for the 7th catch tonight for Sadiq already.
Dressing in the front, but hitting the same hole.
When you think about Dante Moore, right?
It's how he approaches all of these situations in football. This is easy compared to the life that he grew up living.
Moore will whistle it for Johnson, who got a paw on it, but could not catch it. It's 3rd and 13.
Same formation and very similar play to where the one they scored the touchdown on with the corner route from the tight end, and he's just 2 yards too far for Jamari Johnson to be able to reel that one in just off his fingertips.
We've seen that kind of pass right on the hands from Dante Moore this year. He threw a post pass that was just lethal in the Oklahoma State game early in the year. Oregon's been great on 3rd down. So is Minnesota while we're at it. 7 for 12. This 3rd and 13. Moore lets it rip down the middle. Some contact. Sadiq tried to pluck it off the ground. And Sadiq does have it. That's a first down. It's a gain of 14.
Holy smokes, guys. I want you to watch 2 things. You're going to watch Anthony Smith off the edge. Watch how he annihilates Dante Moore on this throw. Dante Moore, fearless. Boom, gets his block knocked off. Throws this down low and away for Kenyon Sadiq to go and make the play. And you want to talk about being a flexible, pliable athlete?
Yeah.
This guy must be doing yoga.
And they are tonight again.
And now you're seeing Dante Moore at the line of scrimmage, changing and altering the plays because of what he's seeing from this secondary.
Check into a run. It's Whittington, and he is undercut by Kerry Brown to set up 2nd down. But again, he's not touched until 3 yards after getting the ball.
And part of that is, of course, the offensive line, right? We've been praising them all night long. But it's also the quarterback getting you into the correct runs at the right time. And Dante Moore has truly mastered that part of the game, knowing that it's not just about how you operate the passing game, but the running game is equally as important.
Moore coming this way to the end zone. McClellan's got it. Touchdown.
Back shoulder throw. Ball's in his hands. Oh, is that foot inbounds? We're gonna see. Let's see if we get an angle here. Oh, that is out of bounds, guys. That should be.
I think so.
The receiver, with possession of the pass, had his left toe inbound. Touchdown is upheld.
Wow. I'm reading lips, and the gentleman in the Minnesota sweater just said a word that. But Oregon responds to the Minnesota touchdown with a touchdown of their own, and it's a 22-point game again.
Kick.
We remind you to start your Saturday strong. PCA split out wide, like that's good theater. We're the idea people. Lindsey drops it off, and an immediate hit, and that's incomplete. Mixon dislodged it from Gears. Yeah, this is incomplete. Uiagalelei is going to go into the end zone.
Under center.
Let's see down the stretch.
Snap.
Michigan has a big one at noon. It is Taylor on the run, and Darius Taylor ends up at the 32. Oregon, USC. Size it up for us while we're on the top.
I mean, Oregon, USC, you're talking about two top-level quarterbacks, Jaden Maiava, Dante Moore, two running games, King Miller at USC and what he's been able to do. I think Oregon has more firepower. I think USC feels like, you know what, we're in the thick of this as well. I anticipate it being a very high-scoring game, despite Oregon's defense being so good.
Lindsey split out wide. Taylor is the Wildcat quarterback, and he will run it, and he is down. It's going to be 4th and 1. Oregon gets a stop. Kennedy was in on it. 4th and 1 for Minnesota.
Got to go for it.
How do you go for it? What do you like play call-wise here for Harbaugh and PJ Fleck?
Play call-wise, I like the Wildcat that they've been doing. They've been motioning out of Wildcat, having Drake Lindsey really not be a factor in the play call, and letting everyone in the stadium know they're going to get downhill. Don't get cute. Don't try to run some exotic screen or push the football down the field. Put the ball in the hands of your best player, and that's exactly what they're going to do as they motion right back into the Wildcat.
Oregon's had difficulty getting off the field on 4th down this year. 4th and 1. Taylor with 1 to snap it. They get it off, and he will keep it and run straight ahead and just absolutely powerhouse his way for a first down. That was all 1-2.
Yes, all 1-2, as you mentioned, Jason. He even canned the play, which means he changed it from the original play to get to this downhill run where he's in the hole one-on-one with Peyton Woodyard and saying, mano y mano, who is going to make it happen? And he gets it done. Really smart play call there. No need to play around with it. Put it in the hands of your best player and stay on the field.
He's got 14 touches tonight, by far the most for Minnesota. A team that's already bowl eligible, 6 and 3.
Snap to Lindsey.
Lindsey, pressure coming from Johnson, and he whistles it wide. Discretion the better part of valor here. 2nd down, barring a marker coming in, and they're going to drop it. It is intentional grounding. Lindsey was in the pocket.
Number 5 in the offense.
Yeah, I wondered if they were gonna.
Down at the spot.
And there it was.
You know what makes this even worse? Watch Mason Gears right here. He is going to run a vertical deep cross across the formation. And if Drake Lindsey just stays calm and patient here, he's got him for a touchdown wide open on the other side of the field with no defenders on him. And I know he's saying to himself, I don't even think he saw that after the fact. But you can't just lollipop the ball out there just so you don't get hit. Take that hit as a young quarterback and deliver a strike for what would have been a 70 to 80-yard touchdown.
Instead, it's 2nd and 22 in a very hostile arena.
Snap.
Lindsey, down he goes, Tuioti.
Got glasses or not? Just enjoying a good time together.
And then it's 3rd and 31.
Snap to Lindsay.
Good luck. It's a screen. It's Brockington. He'll get some of it, and then he'll get wrestled down by Betcher. 4th down for Minnesota, trailing by 22. Tell you what, we talk about all the ranked teams in the Big Ten and the teams that are college football playoff bound every year, barring one every half decade. PJ Fleck's got Minnesota in a bowl game.
Yeah.
It is so easy to get buried in the Big Ten. They don't get buried in the Big Ten. This is a team that's bowl eligible again back in 2020. They beat Auburn, surprisingly, in the Outback Bowl. They've had 5 bowl wins in 6 years. Here's Benson on the return for Oregon. Very rightfully, Oregon is the headline tonight. And they flipped the guards today. Pregnon and Iuli. It's a run again. This is the freshman Hill, and he's escorted out of bounds. So typically it is Pregnon and World next to each other on the left side of the line. They flipped Iuli to left guard, Pregnon to the right side, because they've been in and out with Harkey and Wilson at right tackle to fortify that right side as well. It's an interesting decision.
And it shows you the depth of this offensive line. You're talking about Pregnon, Emmanuel Pregnon, who has 35 straight starts. Right? Isaiah World, 45 straight starts on that O-line. And when you can move these guys all around,
Second time out.
Injuries no longer affect you. He has the stats, and he's leading the best defense in the country. That's why he's sitting there at number 1.
We happened to recently have done the football. Here's a broken tackle by Hill. So early contact that time. Hill gets through it on a nice 1st down run. I do want to ask you, though, because you mentioned a couple criteria. What do you vote for?
For me, it's who is the best player in the country at their position. I find it hard for a quarterback or a running back or wide receiver to win the award if they're not the best player at their position.
Okay.
Jacob Rodriguez is the best linebacker in the country, and it's what stories can the country fall in love with that make them humanize them to the public, and I think he has all those.
It's a throw from Dante Moore. He's got Johnson, and he'll spin and turn his way all the way down to the 41. So Dante Moore, we spent some time with him. Humanize him. Please tell the audience why you love what Dante Moore was wearing for our meeting.
Well, Dante Moore showed up in pajama pants and what looked like a Snuggie hoodie.
But the pajama pants were what?
The pajama pants were incredible for me.
Yeah.
Because that's what I used to wear when I was in college.
They were the Grinch, weren't they?
And he is being the Grinch tonight.
Yeah, he is.
For the Golden Gophers.
I just love a guy who's himself.
Exactly.
Right? And there's a lot of that in Dante Moore, who will let it rip. I mean, to the hash mark and beyond. Sali Apaga with the catch for 18. That was a missile.
Oh, my God. Sali Apaga, look at this. It just flies off his hand right to the right spot that it's supposed to be at. Sali Apaga out there making plays. Sadiq out there making plays.
Loaded tight end room. McClellan out there making plays to the sideline. I just love in one breath, right? Snuggie, Grinch, pajama pants, and then just an absolute rocket through the night sky.
Yeah, and look, it's 35-13, and they're not taking their foot off the gas pedal. And when you talk about Dante Moore and humanizing him, his experience throughout college football is very similar to that of Michael Penix Jr. at Washington, Bo Nix at Auburn. They go to a new place, they find a place that they can truly develop at, and they turn into the player that they always knew that they were. He is having that experience here at Oregon and even sat for a year, which is something a lot of players are not willing to do.
For sure. He's going to keep it this time. And gets tripped up. He lost the ball. He gets kicked on the way through. Hope he's all right. The turf monster got him, it looked like. Your thoughts? He can't believe it.
Look at his guys. They're all laughing at him, making sure he's okay, because he pulls this and he says to himself,
and out of bounds.
I think I'm going to score. But he hasn't been running that much today, so his legs weren't activated yet. Okay, see what happened was the way his legs was working, they weren't ready to kind of pick him up and put him down quite yet, so he tripped over himself. And that right there is the lay of shame. Because you know, tomorrow in the film room, they're going to be on you like white on rice.
You've been there.
I have.
You've been to both sides of that.
It's unfortunate, but I have been there. He can shake it off here.
It's a first down run on a handoff. Jay Harris
surface.
Just an
fan.
inside zone.
Chill.
Watch this entire side of the offensive line just move this Minnesota defensive front out of the way, and Jay Harris whoop, bounces it outside, brings it straight to the DB, which is who you want to make tackle, and he gets in the end zone. It doesn't matter who the backs are. This Oregon offensive line is making sure that everybody eats, B.
And while we're at it, a lot of credit to the offensive line, and rightfully so. The kickout block at the edge was just as low. The wide receiver. Sappington for the extra point.
And they put together a complete package tonight.
Lindsey will hand it off. Boy has a yard, maybe two, and then he gets caught in a wrestling match with Platt downstairs to Alexa.
Yeah, JB, if you spend 5 minutes with Oregon defensive coordinator Tosh Lupoy, you will feel his energy and the culture that he creates. He said every fall camp, the group puts together 8 goals that they want to achieve. They revisit those every game week. They're things like takeaways, red zone touchdowns, yards per catch. And to give you an idea of just how strong that culture is, he said during his time at Alabama, they were up big, but they gave up an 80-yard run, and there was a fight on the sideline. So he doesn't care who the opponent is, what the score is. His guys are going to give 100% of the time.
And it fits very well with Dan Lanning and his mindset, the psychologically driven motivation that is just so intriguing week after week. We were here a couple of years ago for the Oregon State game, and they had lost to Oregon State the year prior. And I mean, he used the music system here at Autzen Stadium to play a song to motivate his players. Nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide, to make sure they closed that game.
And they understand that when you have some of the backups in the game, these are guys that might have to play 2, 3, 4 weeks from now, depending on this war of attrition that you have in college football nowadays, with guys just going down when you least expect it. So they're holding everyone to the same standard, not just the starters.
You just saw in that shot Kingston Lopa, a redshirt freshman who's got 8 tackles all year in the game. Lindsey looking for Smith. It's incomplete, and it's 4th down. That's Obidegu on the coverage, the Balmer native. And there's an injured player for Minnesota. It's the left tackle, Nathan Roy.
Officials timeout for injury to a player in the offense.
So Roy will come off the field. Second-year player for the Golden Gophers, a 4-star recruit coming into school as Weston will punt.
Number 42, Tom Weston to punt.
So last year in the regular season, Weston, who grew up playing cricket, he was at Ouachita Baptist, and he allowed 0 punt return yards in the regular season. You talk about hang time? He drops one in there. None. Can you win an Emmy for telestrator usage? Because the award is in. It's a handoff from Brock Thomas. He is the backup quarterback coming in, and it's 2nd down coming up. Wow.
Oh, look at that. He just keeps adding them on, too.
He does.
It's like
fan with all the hats.
75-layer burrito.
Do you, if you go to get your driver's license and you're wearing those, are you 6'1" or 6'6"?
He might be 7'3". I don't know. I think they count each hat. They're going to give it to him just for the effort. 100%.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if you get
Rate the hat, quick. 1 to 3. 2. Okay. That was our lightning round. Show him what he's won. 2nd down, it's a throw. It's Thomas who came in that Wisconsin game when Dante Moore had his nose broken. Cooper Perry, the freshman, with the catch. And Dante Moore comes out having set an Oregon record, we're told, for a single game with a minimum of 20 attempts.
Wow. 90% completion percentage. Of all the storied quarterbacks that have come through this program, for him to set that record on this night, the way he was pushing the ball down the field, very impressive.
Lowe has the catch after a nice block on the previous drive. There is a marker down as well.
Offside. Defense, 5-yard penalties declined.
He's throwing corner routes, middle of the field routes. These were high percentage passes because they were out scheming this defense, not because they were dinking and dunking. And watches tape with the guys and breaks it down to help them get through their progressions. Even though this isn't the system that he played in, that's invaluable information and experience that these quarterbacks get to get from an NFL longtime starter in Marcus Mariota, who we all know is an absolute legend around here.
Dante Moore is a sponge for information, and you can say that we say that about a lot of quarterbacks. Like, we saw it firsthand. He's the first player I've seen stop a meeting and ask the person next to me for advice. It was really cool. It's easy to say, everybody's looking for information and all that. He actually did it with you in front of him. It was really impressive to see that from that young man. It's a run on a scramble for Thomas. Nate Becker gets the hit, and it's 4th down.
Last year, and be playing the way that they're playing, it's because of that young man's leadership.
You may have misunderstood the game. It's rate the hat, not rate the hair. The punt.
Time game victory. Iowa, he had his first 2-minute drill touchdown drive. I think for them, it's just winning it all. They got to find a way to win the games against the great competition at the top of college football, and then people will start to understand just how dynamic this team and this player is.
Max Shikanjansky is in to play quarterback for Minnesota, by the way, as Dante Moore still learns over on the sideline. It wasn't a great day for Drake Lindsey, but 19 for 33, a $138 and a touchdown, no interceptions. Like, it's tough to ask for a lot more against this kind of defense.
I mean, you could ask for a lot more, but what they didn't want to happen with Drake Lindsey was him come in here, throw 4 interceptions, and they walk out of here not feeling like they can build anything towards the future. He came out in the second half, first drive of the game, leads him down the field, goes and scores a touchdown. That was a positive, but in football, there are no moral victories. I would have rather saw them come out here and just absolutely go for it. They didn't quite do that, but they're going to walk out of this game not necessarily with their quarterback in the tank.
A couple of deep shots early, right? First drive was a struggle with the weird formations. Couple of shots down the field, but generally Oregon was too much defensively tonight. Shikanjansky on first down will hand it off again to the Washington transfer Cam Davis, who's getting a couple of carries here. Minnesota will close this year at Northwestern and then home for Wisconsin in the Paul Bunyan's Axe game. I'll play a game at Wrigley Field as well as Northwestern finishes that new stadium for them. See what's left. Iowa USC, a big one coming up tomorrow. That'll be of interest to Ducks fans who will see USC the next time they play.
You know, coming into this game, Minnesota knew they were going to have to throw the football to win the game against the #1 pass defense in the country. When we talked to defensive coordinator Tosh Lepore, he said we want to physically and mentally assault the quarterback. That is how violent they think when it comes to playing defense, and it's why they were so dominant tonight.
They're going to face Jade Mayava coming up next time. And that's a quarterback who at points has been in your Heisman conversation.
Yes, he has.
This year.
And it's his ability, what you saw from Dante Moore tonight, Jaden Mayava can do. He can extend plays. He can throw the football down the middle of the field and on the outside, and he's got the weapons as well. It felt like Minnesota didn't quite have the weapons outside to take advantage consistently of those one-on-ones. USC does.
Shikanjansky is hammered. Lopa just leapt at him for the sack.
You're going to see Lopa right here. He's going to track down here and chase down the quarterback from the backside. That's a hustle play, right? They always say hustle is between you, and right there Lopa said, I'm all about it.
You talked about Minnesota and their choices. Like, again, Oregon is a team that stops the run for a living. USC and Lincoln Riley have been more run-heavy than ever before in his tenure. You talk about an intriguing piece of that matchup coming up next week. We'll see if USC can run the ball against a very stout run defense.
And the thing about that running attack is USC, we've covered them twice this year.
Because like there's no more trap to be set. It's just a tough game. It's a rivalry game. When you get in something like that, Oregon fans know it, how difficult that game can be. Jay Harris had a touchdown moments ago. He'll lose a yard, and we'll take a look at the current Big Ten standings.
They played it at a very high level, didn't give up a ton of points. So this is only going to go towards a benefit for Oregon when it comes to that committee sitting in that room deciding who potentially is going to be in the college football playoff, especially with David Bailey and Romello Height coming off the edge. Pass rush can eliminate a lot of the problems that you have on the defense, and Texas Tech has one of the best pass rushes in all of college football.
Top Heisman candidate Jacob Rodriguez. Yep. Third down, it's a run, and it's Harris. No, I joke because he's on the podcast, but that young man is an outstanding player and leader, and without him, that's a different defense, even with that pass rush. So correct. Smart in the middle of that. But Dante Moore made a really strong case for Oregon tonight. He made a strong case for himself, bouncing back from a couple of tough weather games and tough stat games. An overall performance that they've got to be happy with, right?
100%. And I think this is also a case where when they play USC, both Dante Moore and Jaden Maiava could potentially put themselves dead smack in the center or at the top of the Heisman race. This year, it's a weird year. It's coming down to the last couple weeks for who is going to be in front, who is not in front, and that makes it an opportunity for these teams playing great football at the end of the year to come in and swoop that Heisman Trophy away. There's some guys that maybe aren't the best player in the country, but they're on the best team.
Ferguson Reynolds, one more chance to punt. His friends back in Australia. And this will go into the end zone. The other question I have for you, Michigan Northwestern is the next game on our airwaves. Big noon tomorrow.
Yep.
We just saw Northwestern.
Yep.
What does it take for a possible upset there?
Upset. It's Preston Stone. We talked about this when we had their game against USC. He has to play at a really high level and protect the football.
They got to run the ball well.
They do have to run it well, but they could potentially run it well, and he throw 3 interceptions, and it could be the game for them.
True.
So the way that they upset Michigan is to play Michigan football better than Michigan and have their quarterback be efficient. 2 touchdowns, no picks, 65% completion percentage, and they might have a chance.
90% tonight for Dante Moore, 27 for 30. Oregon gets 4 rushing touchdowns and wins 42-13 over Minnesota. The Ducks are 9-1. They have 2 left in the regular season, and this number 8 Oregon team was way too much